UFC returned to ESPN Plus on Saturday night with UFC Vegas 27 from inside the Apex Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, and MMA on the Go has the results. Starting with the prelims, Damir Ismagulov had a strong return to action on Saturday, defeating UFC newcomer Rafael Alves via unanimous decision. Alves had a hot start to the fight, dropping Ismagulov in the opening minute with punches. Ismagulov was able to control most of the ground later, landing punches on Alves while in half and full guard. Ismagulov showed his striking skills early in the second round, scoring a knockdown with punches.
Damir Ismagulov!
David Dvorak scored a quick win on the prelims, submitting short-notice opponent Juancamilo Ronderos in the first round with a rear naked choke. Dvorak secured a takedown and got on the back of Ronderos after a strong stand-up striking performance earlier in the round. Dvorak was quick to secure the choke and get a tap from Ronderos in the third minute. It was first reported Friday that Ronderos would replace Rolian Paiva, who was hospitalized during his weight cut.
David Undertaker Dvorak!
Joshua Culibao scored his first UFC win on the prelims, defeating Shayilan Nuerdanbieke on scorecards. The win came after Culibao put together a performance of strong striking and defense against Nuerdanbieke's wrestling. Nuerdanbieke kept Culibao against the cage for the majority of the first round, working from his back with wrestling. Culibao was able to open up late in the round with strikes after leaving the wrestling position.
Josh Culibao!
Bruno Silva showed his explosive striking on the prelims, catching Victor Rodriguez early in the first round with punches. Silva dropped Rodriguez in the first minute with a right cross, landing a few more punches on the ground until the referee stopped the bout. Just moments before the knockdown, Silva scored a knee to the head while in a clinch with Rodriguez.
Bulldog Silva!
UFC veteran McGee returned to the win column with a grinding performance against Claudio Silva on the prelims. McGee's three-round performance saw him use wrestling to score takedowns and land strikes. McGee spent a large portion of the second round in control on the ground.
Court the Crusher McGee!
Then Rothwell submitted a tired Chris Barnett in the second round, spoiling the heavyweight veteran's UFC debut on the prelims. Rothwell put in the guillotine choke after Barnett shot for a takedown, causing a tap eventually. The finish win came after Rothwell had solid striking against Barnett in the first round. Barnett's cardio became a clear issue late in the first round, carrying over to the second where Rothwell secured the finish.
Ben Rothwell!
Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the Go. Veteran fighter Jack Hermansen bounced back from a 2020 loss with a decision victory against young fighter Edmond Shabazian via unanimous decision to open the main card. Shabazian had a hot start to the fight, although Hermansen was able to eventually use his wrestling to take over. The prospect fighter had a strong start, marching forward consistently with punches in the first round.
Jack the Joker Hermansen!
Ricardo Ramos' ability to get into grappling exchanges and score takedowns prevailed over the striking of Bill Algeo when going to scorecards on Saturday. Ramos consistently went for takedowns throughout the fight, clinching with Algeo or mounting his back for moments. Ramos was stopped in his previous fight, getting finished within a round by Lerone Murphy in July.
Ricardo Ramos!
Norma Dumont's strikes on the back foot earned her a split decision victory against Felicia Spencer on the main card. While Spencer was able to consistently advance on Dumont during the fight, Dumont was active with strikes on her back foot. While connecting with punches, Dumont would also score leg kicks throughout.
Norma the Immortal Dumont!
Jared Vanderhaeghe picked up his first UFC win on Saturday, outstriking Justin Tafa for a decision fight in a heavyweight bout. Vanderhaeghe had a higher volume of strikes than Tafa throughout the 15 minutes in the cage, connecting with many of them. He also started to unload with combinations of punches in the final round of the fight.
Jared Vanderhaeghe!
Carla Esparza handed Yan Xiaonan in her first UFC loss in the co-main event, stopping her in the second round with ground and pound. A smothering performance on the ground from Esparza finished after she landed a series of punches from the crucifix position. The elbows and punches from Esparza on the ground did significant damage to Yan, cutting and bruising her. Esparza was able to control Yan through most of the fight through takedowns and strikes from dominant positions.
Carla Cookie Monster Esparza!
Rob Font picked up a big win in his first UFC main event appearance, defeating former champ Cody Garbrandt via unanimous decision. Font's appearance showed consistently and control against a former king of the division, adding the biggest win to his resume thus far. Font's performance through 5 rounds saw him persistently advance on Garbrandt, pumping his jab and connecting with combinations of punches throughout. Garbrandt was able to score with some strikes while walking back, although his output did not come close to what Font threw and scored with.